What's up, everybody? This is attorney Dan Nguyen here, and I want to talk a little bit more about trademarks. And this situation came a while back, and I was talking with a client, and then they wanted to apply for a trademark. And you know, applying for a trademark. So, when should you apply for a trademark? Should you wait, or should you right away? Unfortunately, a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs kind of sit on the sidelines because maybe they got other things to run their business. And one of the problems is that someone can come in and start doing business and get that trademark registration. Now, trade one thing to know is trademark rights are essentially given by use, and who has priority. Basically, he used it before anyone else. And well, it's kind of oversimplifying it. Even if you do use it before someone else, but they get the registration before you, you can get some rights, but it is obviously more work, more costs for you to get those rights. So obviously you want to do it right the first time. So I had this client, and they go, "Hey, we want to trademark, this name," and we did a search, and there was a name basically conflicting. I said, let's, I don't think we should do this because I think it's gonna be wasting your money. And the story she said was, "Hey, I know this guy, I know this person who has this trademark. He told me about what he wanted to do with the business he wanted to do with this trademark many years ago, and I I came up with the name a long time ago too. But what happened was she sat on the sidelines. The other guy, he started doing business and using it. He actually got a federal trademark registration. Now, you know, if she had thought of the name first, what she should have done is do a 1B application, what is an intent to use application. So the beauty about trademarks is you don't have to be doing business under that name just yet. You can say, "Hey, I have a bona fide intent to use this name sometime in the future," and you have about 2.5 years from the time it's approved. I plan on doing this. I'm just getting ready. I'm doing some market research. I'm printing shirts or whatever, right? But it kind of locks your place in line, and assuming no other parties have used it before your application, you block all the applications coming in after you, and yours has to resolve first before they can get reviewed. And so, sometimes filing for trademarks is, when should you do it? Is like as soon as you have a bona fide intent. As soon as it says, "Hey, this is I'm going to do it," file the application. If you don't, it's kind of like planting a tree, right? When's the best time to plant a tree? Like 20 years ago, and what's the second best time? Today. So if you haven't done it yet, obviously do the due diligence, do the searches, and see if anyone else uses it. If that's all clear, man, do this application, and lock in your place. Unfortunately for my client, they couldn't get that registration, and so we had to kind of do a workaround. But it won't be as strong as if they got the one that they want. And so the lesson here is, like, if you have a bona fide intent, put your budget together, get that protection, and so that you're not scrambling afterwards, because now they're at risk for a cease and desist, and they have to rebrand everything. They've put a lot of money in behind the name of their business, and so what I would hate is for them to have to rebrand anything, because now it's more cost, and which could have all been avoided if they, once they had decided on the name, did their due diligence and then put in the application. If they received the notice of allowance, received the approval, they kind of blocked out everyone else, including the other person who actually has the application, assuming they try to do an application after them. So unfortunately, they're out of it. But for you, if you've got the intent, you moving forward, lock your place in line, submit an application, go through the approval process, and you got 2.5 years until from the date of approval to start selling your goods or services. So I hope this has been helpful. This is Dan talking about trademarks again. You have any questions, get my book, Trademark for Entrepreneurs, mytmbook.com. Just pay for shipping, and I'll send it out to you right away. Okay, this is Dan. I'll talk to you soon.